Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, this is going to be a different video. I just wanted to really, get you guys' thoughts and opinions on, father and son relationships in boxing. It's a very interesting topic actually, and one that has, caused debate over the years, like father and sons, like father being the trainer, the son obviously being the fighter. And is it good or bad? Like, do you guys think that having a father in your corner as a trainer is a good thing? Do you think that maybe fathers get maybe too over passionate and oversensitive, overprotective of their son, and that may cause to a bit of a rift in the camp? The reason why I'm bringing this up was because I was looking at some quotes from John Fury recently, and there's been the issue with him and Tyson Fury over the past few years, but Tyson Fury has now gone towards Ben Davison in his corner. He's no longer trained by Peter Fury, who's his uncle, and Tyson Fury said in a recent interview that the split between Peter Fury and Mick Hennessy was, it still hits him to this day. It's still something that affects him, and he said that he wishes they could come to some sort of resolution. But this is all really down to, boxing, and, these guys, especially the Furies, they're fighting men anyway. So, I could imagine how, there could be a lot of arguments in training camps at times, and when they've got 3 alpha males over there, someone might not like what they're being told, and it could happen. And I just thought I'd like to get a bit of a gauge as to what you guys think. Some of the early, father-son relationships that I remember, I think going back to years ago now when I was a teenager, I used to watch Sugar Shane Mosley when he was in his prime. He had his father in the corner, and his father, his father was pretty active in there, and he tended to make quite a lot of the decisions for Shane Mosley, and eventually they split. Do you know what I mean? And then you look at it on the other side of the spectrum. You've got successful father-son relationships. You've got the likes of Kenny Porter and Sean Porter right now. Sean Porter is heavily reliant on his dad in his corner, Kenny Porter, and Kenny Porter is very protective of his son, as you guys can see. He won't let any other outside influences go out there to, interfere in his son with his training or anything like that. Some people may feel that it's overprotective. Some people may feel that Kenny Porter is a bit too overbearing when it comes to his son. But when you look at Sean Porter seems to relish having his dad there. So if it works for him, then it works. But there's been sort of different cases, different scenarios where it can work and where it can't. Look at the Mayweathers, for example. Mayweather had his dad in the corner. His dad then went to prison. This is earlier on in his career. Then his uncle took over for the majority of his professional career before his dad kind of came towards the end and, was in the corner for some of his last few fights. So, yeah. Father-son relationships in boxing, do you think that they're a good thing? Do you think that they're a bad thing? If you was a fighter, would you like to have your dad in the corner? I was an amateur boxer myself when I was a teenager. My dad wasn't actually in my corner, but he did used to, watch over me train at times. And, he didn't really like to have too much of a say in things, but he did like to have an overlook as anyone would with regards to their son. So, I mean, there's plenty of father-son relationships in boxing. I mean, I could reel off a list of them. You've got Nigel Benn and his son Conor Benn. Nigel Benn chose not to really have that much of an active role in his son's actual professional career. But, he still rings his son every day. They're still very close. But when it comes to the training, when it comes to, the corner work, you don't really see Nigel Benn there. You do used to see Chris Eubank Sr. there for his son, but now Chris Eubank Jr. tends to, have somebody else in his corner, but his son's still a prominent figure. So you get what I'm trying to say with this, really. I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on it anyway. Let me know your thoughts on, father-sons and in boxing, and whether you think that works, whether it's a successful formula or not. And if you was a fighter, would you have your dad in the corner? So drop your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Let me know what you think. I'll catch you on the next one.